Hello, welcome to today's very first episode of Crystallized Goddess, The Secrets of the Crystals. This is going to be a learning experience. You're going to find out more about crystals, holistic approaches, and so many other things. We will have sometimes special guests, we will go mining together, and we will have fun adventures. Today I want to go over some controversial crystals, and I also really want to show you guys difference in them. So there's a lot to learn tonight, but first off, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm Corey Galloway, the owner of Crystallized Goddess. I have been mining crystals since I was 7 years old. It's been a big part of my life, and I've been doing it for so long. I am blessed to have this as my job. I'm so thankful. But also learn the way of the earth through living on a off-grid hippie commune, and that's really where I realized that I wanted to not only use crystals in everyday life, but teach about them. So my journey has been a really big one where I've always been so drawn to these crystals. Even as a little girl, I would have dreams of mining them. I would have so much fun. If I went to a gift shop, I would always want like a crystal bracelet. And back in the day, I didn't really know why I was always so drawn to them. And then when I was older, I really realized the power that was in them and why I was so drawn to rose quartz or selenite or satin spar. So there's a lot of things that pulled me to this direction and to this line of work that I so love. And so I just want to teach you everything that I know. But again, I'm constantly learning too. So this is a fun adventure for all of us. And yeah, so this is the first show. There might be some mess ups. This is raw. This is original. This is unedited. And it will be up here for everyone. Don't forget this is on YouTube as well. So if you want to watch this on YouTube, you can cast it onto your TV or you can watch it on Facebook. I also have, and hello everyone, I can see your comments. Hello. I also am on Instagram and TikTok. So Facebook, YouTube, that's where these videos will be on. And then I'm also on Instagram and TikTok, so you can subscribe to all of those, and then you can see everything that's there. The YouTube has a playlist, and you can also listen to the playlist of songs that I like to listen to while I'm meditating or just organizing my crystals. So a lot of fun things. Now, tonight, there's going to be some very controversial things. Now, not everyone agrees with me on crystal aspects and stuff like that. Now, I have been working with crystals for basically almost all my life, and I have a really strong pull towards them. But like I say, and I say this all the time, we are our own scientists. So, with that being said, if you have not already joined this group, it's called Crystallized Goddess Study Group. Well, Crystallized Goddess Study Group, yeah. It is a Facebook group. And basically what we do is every 2 weeks we are studying one mineral, and we're going to take notes and compare and contrast and learn from each other. So it's a really awesome thing. I started it a few years ago and kind of fell off of it. But it's going to be every 2 weeks we focus on a mineral to study together. And then you're going to want to write down in your notebook, because you should definitely have a notebook for just crystal studies, what you're using. If you're using a palm stone, if you're sleeping with it at night, how do you feel? How do you feel throughout the day? What vibration do you feel if you don't charge it or if you do charge it? So all these things, we can take all the information and kind of just put it together from everyone and compare notes. So that is there. Check that out. That group is so incredibly special and so much fun. So I will be right back after this commercial break, and I'm really excited because when I get back, you're going to be learning about some crazy crystals.
Don't drown. Subtle, not weak. Don't drown. Rocking the stream. Don't drown. I've made my decisions. We're just saying yes.
Okay, time to get into this controversy. So there is a lot of YouTube videos, there's a lot of talk, there's so many different things that are contradicting in the world of crystals. So it's time to get down to what actually is the truth about, well, first off, there's going to be a lot of fighting and there's going to be a lot of comments and people are going to be like, oh my gosh, you're so wrong and blah, blah. But satin spar and selenite are not the same. You want to know why? Yes, they are in the same gypsum family. That is completely true. So is desert rose, so is hourglass selenite, but they are a little bit different from one another. So they are made up of the same mineral compound, gypsum, and it's purely just gypsum for selenite and satin spar. And a lot of people don't agree, but after years and years of studying this, they are not the same. So I will go over tonight what I've studied and what has me really believing that they're not the same. I mean, you can kind of feel, if you have both of them, you can definitely feel the difference in energy. One is stronger and one is weaker. Now, for all of the gypsum family, we have the desert rose. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. Desert rose, specifically desert rose, helps to removing negativity from an object. It does charge and cleanse. The really cool thing about all the gypsum family, they charge and cleanse themselves. They never need to be charged and cleansed. So that goes for desert rose, that goes for satin spar, and that goes for selenite. You never need to charge any of the gypsum family, which is really awesome and super duper helpful. So they all help with raising the vibration. Now, desert rose is the crown and the root chakra. So it kind of has everything covered for helping cleanse yourself. And again, it helps remove negativity. And it can also help you access past and future portals, which is pretty cool. Desert rose is really awesome with that. Now, selenite and satin spar, they don't really do that, but let's get into what they do. So, how to tell them apart and know if you have real selenite. That's the other thing that I want to debunk. Everyone's saying that satin spar is the fake crystal on like TikTok and all these things. Satin spar is not fake. It is a real crystal. It's just not selenite. So this is fibrous and flaky. This is a big one. Let me actually show you a small one so you can see it a little bit better. So this is fibrous and flaky. And then selenite is crystal clear. And, oh wait, satin spar is just fibrous, sorry. Selenite is the flaky one, oh my goodness. So as you can see, this is crystal clear. This is selenite. I mined this one myself. Selenite. Here's a big chunk of it. And then here's a bigger chunk of it. Woo! Satin spar is not man-made. So thank you, Tammy. I can pop that up. Satin spar is not man-made. They are both in the gypsum family. So satin spar is a gypsum, and so is selenite. Now they are labeled the same, although they are not the same because it is so much easier to find satin spar. Now they do this with so many other crystals too, like K2 azurite, when it's actually blue apatite and clevelandite. They do this with so many other crystals. It's quite annoying, but I'm here to debunk it. And so it's a very big amount you can find of satin spar. Now, selenite, on the other hand, is a lot more rare. What's cool about selenite is you can find it mainly in the United States, which is awesome. So there is a pocket in New York, which is where I go mine. There's also New Mexico. You can also find it in Mexico. There's one more state, but maybe there's one more state, but I can't remember. Oh, Oklahoma. Oklahoma is another place I can find it. Are all those selenite sources from your personal collection, or is it for sale? These are not from my personal collection. These are for sale. I do have a ton in my personal collection. I highly recommend you having some. This is a really big chunk of it right here. This is for sale, and so is the smaller slab and the super tiny one. So those are available, yes. Now, for selenite, and why I'm saying these are not the same. Not only are their appearances different, but their composition is the same. Their appearance is different. Now, the whole entire thing with the shape sheet, and if you want to check it out, it's free on the website, so check it out, is the way that the formation of crystals are alter the way the vibrations are. So, satin spar has a much lower vibration than real selenite. And that's where I say these are not the same. We should not be calling satin spar selenite. We should not be doing that. Because just because it's the exact same, it's made up of just gypsum, does not mean that it has the same healing properties. They are, and I'll say this right now, they are similar. Again, all the gypsum family charges and cleanses. But selenite is the highest frequency, highest vibration. So if you want to charge and cleanse something fast, then it's selenite. If you want to charge and cleanse something slower, then it's satin spar. I predominantly use satin spar for when I do crystal placement, when I try to do like a pull of energy out of people, that's when I use my satin spar. It's really good at detection of blockages in your chakras. It can help remove that energy, just like flow that energy out of them. Now, selenite is that ultimate charger and cleanser. It is just going to charge and cleanse everything that you put on it super duper fast. So it's incredible. I highly recommend having both of them in your collection because the thing is, if you don't have selenite and you have satin spar, don't be so upset because it still is going to charge and cleanse your crystals. It just will take days instead of hours. So let me read the study that I did. I compared a piece of selenite about this size to a piece of satin spar. They were both slabs of it. And overnight I put the same size citrine ring on both of them. So it's an even thing. So they were the same size, same citrine ring, but well, same size citrine in the ring. And then I'm reading my notes, I'm sorry. Then I am Then I woke up in the morning and I did a vibration test with the pendulum. What I determined was that the citrine ring was fully charged. Fully charged, the vibration was about 4 inches in diameter for the ring, compared to a little less than an inch that was on the satin spar. When I started, they were at half an inch each. So that means that it like almost made it to a half an inch in diameter after that night. So I would say if you give it 2 days, 2 full days instead of just overnight, then it'll be fully charged and cleansed for your satin spar. But if you go to bed with your selenite and you put your jewelry on it, by the time you wake up, I get about 7-ish hours to sleep. By the time you wake up, it will be fully charged and cleansed. Right there shows all the evidence to show you that these are not the same. They have different vibrations, different frequencies. I know, again, a lot of people might fight me on this. It's okay. Do your own, research. We are our own scientists. I will say this over and over. I would love to see your notes. So this is what I've done for years, is going back and forth just to make sure, just to have that fun research there. But time and time again, it's proven that the selenite is the faster charger, which is awesome. So let's also go over what else is in the gypsum family. So we got the selenite, we got the satin spar, we got the desert rose. Ooh, I love desert rose. Desert rose is incredible. Then we got something very special. Hourglass selenite, straight from Oklahoma, the Salt Plains. This packs a punch. Now, let me get it really close. It's kind of hard to see it, but you can kind of see the hourglass shape, which is sand trapped and encased in the selenite, making them double tourmalated. Whoa, incredible! So these are the most incredible tools that I like to use for crystal grids, because they really do amplify and they're constantly charging your crystal grid. So the energy is so powerful. Now, if you don't know anything about crystal grids, it's okay, because I will do a little show on it. I also do provide a class for it. All my classes are really super duper affordable and they come with kits. So it's a lot of fun. All classes are hands-on. I'm a hands-on learner, so you guys are doing it hands-on with me. And it's a lot of fun. But the hourglass selenite is also a supercharger. I also use these a lot in not only crystal grids, but when I'm healing or helping heal somebody, like realign their chakras, remove any toxic bad energy, or if they are hurt or have a pulled muscle. The hourglass selenite really helps like amplify, especially if you put it with like a DT of quartz. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. So it is really, really powerful and a really powerful tool. Now that we went over all of this, again, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Don't forget, watch this on YouTube if you want, watch this on Facebook. This is going to be up there for a while. The hourglass selenite right here from Oklahoma. I do have a few pieces available, not many, but these are very, very special. Again, not only are they like perfect for grids and working on yourself or others, but they're just powerful calming and cleansing tools, just like all of the gypsum family. Move that over there. And so that is the biggest controversy. No, satin spar is not fake. It is quite real. And it's just not selenite. So for me, it's a hard topic, because if you go into a lot of crystal stores, and I love to support other people, but you'll almost always see it labeled as selenite. And right there, it's kind of like, did you do your research? Did you, test out those energies? But I don't say anything because, they got to learn on their own. And also, I don't want to be like some random person be like, hey, this is Sans bar. But now you guys know. And it's really cool. So if you have a piece of selenite and you have a piece of satin spar, you already know how incredible it is. Hourglass selenite so charges crystals as fast as regular selenite synthesis. As slabs. So I would say because a slab is bigger, I would say no. Hourglass selenite does have sand entrapped to it, so it's not like a full piece of just selenite. It is double tourmalated, so it's more of like a powerful cleanser for you instead of like charging your crystals. You could do a whole charge placement, like a crystal grid to charge your whole entire house, move any of that negative energy and amplify the whole house. You could do that. So if you don't have a lot of selenite, but you have a lot of hourglass selenite, you can make a really good grid that will go throughout your whole entire house, and it will be just as powerful, if not more, than the slab of selenite. So that's yes. But if you have just one laying around, I would say no, selenite works faster. So pretty cool. And also, it's really cool that this like naturally forms in a double tourmalated shape. Again, I'm going to show you guys. So look at that. Incredible! Incredible. So I will be right back after this short break.
Subtle, not weak, don't drown. Rocking the stream, don't drown. I've made my decisions. We're just saying this.
Okay, so let's go back to the crystal grid with the selenite, just so we can get over or talk about how it can help you and where to place it. So if you were to have a bunch of hourglass selenite, I would usually recommend 8 or more pieces of it for the grid. Now you can definitely use 4, you can use 6. Even numbers are the key. So if you want to have this work for your whole entire house, you want to make sure that it's in the center point of your house. So wherever the center is, if you have multiple floors, top and bottom, and a main floor, just have it in the floor that is the center. So wherever you walk into. So if you have 3 levels of your house and they keep going up, you put it in the middle level, in the middle area, to really amplify throughout your whole entire house. If you have 1 level, just put it in a main living space, wherever you seem to gravitate towards most. Now, I'm not a fan of crystal grids in my bedroom just because it's so much energy, can actually affect your sleep. But a crystal grid that isn't in your room but trying to charge and amplify your whole entire house you'll be able to sleep. But if it's in your room, it will disrupt it. Even if it's selenite. You know, you never want to have just clear quartz in your room and nothing else, or your mind will never stop. It'll be really, really hard to sleep because you're amplifying all the energy that's in you. So, being said, I wouldn't put a crystal grid in your room unless it's a crystal grid specific for helping you with insomnia or sleeping. Okay. Stephanie, you definitely have enough for your house. I remember how much you got, and yes, you definitely have enough for your household. Because again, you can even just use 4 pieces. It doesn't have to be a huge grid unless you really want it to be. It is so much fun. So with crystal grids, you usually start with a center base of a quartz and then you work your way out counterclockwise in placement. So it depends on what you're really going for. If you're trying to remove like really bad dark energy in your house, then you're going to want to put quartz in the center, little black tourmalines around, and then you can put your hourglass selenite and even some quartz points if you want to do extra strength. Now, each grid is for something else. So it's really what you want to work on together. You can also incorporate amethyst or rose quartz if you need that protection and clearing the negativity, but you also need love and nurturing. So grids are a great tool on how to amplify the energy and really keep things on point in your house. Have good feng shui and have like a really good vibration. Something that you want to come home to and feel. So grids are really awesome. I will go over grids in depth a little bit more. Also, I do have the 2-part series for grids. You get a whole entire kit, a bunch of different grids, and we go over it all. It's so much fun. So much fun. So that is available. And then for tonight, we have the controversial selenite gypsum debate. And I really hope that this helps change the way you look at it. And we're going to go over a lot more crystals that are also those ones that kind of get tricked. So one of my favorite ones I like to go over is the K2 Azurite. That's another one that a lot of people are selling as K2 Azurite, but it's actually not, and it's blue apatite and clevelandite. And it's the same as the satin spar and the selenite, where it is so much easier to find this, and so they can trick you and make you believe that it's this, so they can jack up the price. And so that is another one that is controversial in my opinion, because you know that's misinformation, but also you're kind of destroying things in the crystal world. This whole thing is about learning how to use these as tools and how you can use crystals in everyday life. They have helped me through so many hard times, and they have helped others through so many hard times. It is the most amazing thing in the world. These energies are there, they're real, and it's just eye-opening. So we're going to go through it all. We're going to have fun experiments. We're going to, again, go mining. We're going to go traveling together. I'm going to take you on this journey with me. And I love to hear feedback. So it's going to be really fun. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to Facebook. Make sure all of your notifications are turned on. I'm doing this every single Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. And so it's going to be a fun journey, and I love to teach you guys. So it's not only going to be just about crystals, but also Reiki and energy within inside of us to also put out into the crystals to amplify their energies. It is so absolutely incredible. That being said, if you haven't seen the commercials, I love my commercial, by the way, it's so cute. But I am going to be live every single night for this show, Crystallized Goddess, The Secrets of the Crystals, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single Sunday. Don't forget to check out those bands if you like them. Truth Decay is awesome. They have a Linktree, they have a Spotify. Check them out on Spotify. Like their music, listen to their music, share it. It's just helping other musicians get out there and be known. Jeremy Nelson, also incredible. Check him out. His Hang On Now album, I've listened to and repeat so many times. It is really, really good. His Linktree is also on there. Jeremy Nelson is also on Spotify. They are incredible. And I highly recommend both of them. That is going to be all for this live video. I know it's short, but this is the very first one I have done. And I hope you liked it. I also know how to end it this time. Bye.